Dave Rooney, singer-songwriter, the Black Donnellys. Well, we came here to Las Vegas in 2014 after spending many, many years in Temple Bar, traveling around Ireland, Europe, over to the States. And well, the first kind of introduction with Rira was when we came over back in 2011. And at the time, the place was being run, as far as the music was being run, in terms of bands coming in and out by Derek Warfield. But it was the owners that had seen, I think, Dave Brown play in Temple Bar, and he asked me, would you like to come over and play with a girl called Claire Pilo. And then they did that gig, and then Dave came to me and said, listen, I have a gig in Las Vegas, would you be interested in coming over? So we started coming over and playing 2 weeks, 3 times a year for about 3 years. And after that we decided, well, I just said to Dave Brown, I said, I live here, do you like it here? And he goes, yeah. I said, well, maybe we should go and talk to them and see if they'd be interested in hiring us full time to be their house band. So we had a chat with them anyway, and then we agreed that we'd do a 3-month stint, a 3-month kind of trial period. So we did the trial period anyway, and then after they said, yeah, that went very well, we'd like to take his on. So we came over ourselves, and they gave us an apartment for about 3 months so we could get on our feet. And I remember how mad that was because when you're away, you know, from home, and you're away for like 12 weeks, it's a long time. And we were partying up and having some fun. And it was a great time, but I had to come to a stop. It was just absolute crackers. But anyway, since then the families moved over, and then we got down to it, and we started getting into the swing of things. And here we were with the residency in Las Vegas. It's a funny place to live. It's great, don't get me wrong, but it's even when you drive down the strip now, you kind of go, oh my god, I'm in Las Vegas. That still happens to you as you're driving through, like, you know. So it's a very unique kind of place, but a good place to live, and it's been very, very good to us. So we've been enjoying it, and it's been great fun. So the Guinness World Record, 372 hours. That was 15 days and 10 hours, which is a long time to play. We had help from other bands. With Liam Riley from Bagatelle came over, and various other Irish artists and American artists that helped us out in a kind of a tag team situation. And that was a bit of fun. That was great. It was tough, don't get me wrong, but the camaraderie that came with it was fantastic. And Rira got right behind us to you know, and they helped us along with everything, and we accomplished it. I sang for about just under 200 hours, so I was pretty ill after it. So it's not something that I'd be into doing again. But at the same time, we got like serious exposure. Like there was like 237 million segments of information online. We had 200 news agencies, Associated Press, and we had about 90 different TV stations excuse me, that got involved. So the exposure was massive. I think it equated to something like $11.1 million dollars of PR, which is not to be sniffed at. So that was great fun. So Conor McGregor, the song, the meteoric rise of Conor McGregor. We were playing, you know, doing the 6 nights a week. We would do 6 nights a week, but we would do 3 weeks on and 2 weeks off, which would enable us to go around America and play at different stages, just to see what was out there and what we could do and what was available to us and stuff like that. And it was unbelievable, the amount of Irish that came over. Like a sea of green would descend on Las Vegas, and it was amazing. And the atmosphere and the Irish fans are fantastic. They get behind you, you know. They're second to none. There's no doubt about that. The personality, the crack. Just the pure vibe of it all was fantastic. And I said, I'm going to write a song about Conor McGregor, and we're going to, you know, we're going to present him with it, and hopefully he'll come out to it, and it'll be his walk-in song and all this kind of thing, you know. So I set about writing the song anyway, and so off we went, and I come up with Notorious, and we put some Irish guitar behind it, like the lead guitar, to make it give it that kind of more of a Celtic rock kind of vibe. So I think it's the Hot Asphalt is the tune that's mixed in there. But we went down, and a friend of ours had a restaurant here, JOD, in Las Vegas, in Crush, and he said all the McGregor family are coming down. The father and his manager and I'll be there, and his mother. And why don't you just come down and I'll introduce you to the whole lot of them? So we said, okay, that sounds like fun. So we got down there anyway, and we went into the restaurant, and Conor was not there, but his father was there and his mother, and we met his wife, and then we met his manager, Audie. And we went up to Audie. He said, Audie, how you doing? Did you get the song? She said, oh yeah, we got the song. He says, listen, Conor's he's very, very touched that he's wrote a song about him, but it's not really his thing. He's more of a hip hop guy, you know. And in fairness, I think he just wanted to just flick us away, like, wait lads, I've more serious things to be getting on with here. So I said, okay, well look, leave that with us, and we see if we can come up with a dance track. We didn't tell him that, we just went and did it. So we took the track and we sent it to a friend of ours in New York, a guy called Howie Benno, that was with the band Ministry, and he kind of mixes that. They're kind of dancey, they're a dance band, and he mixes and so on. And he was an engineer, studio engineer, and a really talented guy as well, who's passed away, by the way, unfortunately, which that was very shocking. But a very talented guy. Anyway, we sent it to him, and he came back with a dance track, and we sent it back down to them. We didn't hear the thing back, and we're kind of going, okay, well this is not going to happen, and that was the end of that, I suppose. But then we were gigging one night, and there was one of the managers in Rira at the time, Jerry O'Brien. He said, lads, we have the UFC global marketing managers coming in. Okay, we said, and that was Gary Cook, who was the ex-administrator of Manchester City. And I knew nothing about him. Obviously, Liverpool's my team, but he was coming in, and he was a big wig, and he was in charge and all the rest of it. So he came in, and he sat down just across from us, and we were playing. We started playing Oasis songs, in the Manchester City band, and he was going like this. He putting his thumb up and down. We were sending them over pints of Guinness and stuff like that, And then we got down. We took a break. We got down. We started talking to him, and he was. Very nice, very, very nice, and he loved the idea of what we were talking about, and we'd made a video for the Notorious, myself, Dave Brown, and Les Warner. So we showed him the video anyway, and he loved it. He just loved the whole idea. He says, you know what, we may not use this video, but I want to go make a video, an official one, and we release it for the upcoming fight. Now, the upcoming fight was the UFC 202, which was the return fight with Nate Diaz, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope I have that right. Yeah, I think I do. And so we were waiting, and we were trying to work it all out. So we had to do a bit of a deal with them, So it had to come down to how much we were going to get and all the rest of it. So I set up a meeting with Gary Cook, and I went playing golf. And we're on the golf course, and I'm trying to negotiate the deal so that we can get as much money as we possibly can for the song. And so we came to an agreement anyway, and he said, yeah, okay, we're going to put this out, and we'll do it as the build-up to the fight, because I think at that time Conor wasn't honouring his PR commitments. I think there was some sort of rift going on between them, nothing to do with us at all, but we went with it anyway, and we agreed with him that okay, we were into it, and we organised the deal, and they pushed it out. Now, it didn't come out until the day before the fight, and which was a shame, because we thought it would have been out a week before the fight, so it would have went around to all of the fans. And I think the UFC had about 15 million fans at the time. So when they actually did put it out there, you could see it going up exponentially, like 4,000, 8,000, and it went up, and it just went crackers. But yeah, it was a pity that the song wasn't acknowledged, by the time, but it was acknowledged more so by the UFC, who wanted to put it out and stuff like that. So it was good enough for us anyway, So it did pretty well. We had John Cavan into Rira, and he had brought out a book, and we'd done his book signing at Rira, and we became kind of pally, and he'd drop in, and we'd have a few pints, and himself and Owen Roddy, the strike partner. And it was just a great time, you know. Going down to the UFC, getting all the paraphernalia off them, the gear, all the hats and the shirts and all this kind of stuff, and it was a great time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Our second world record attempt, 60, 50, 40. Dave Brown came up with this idea, and oh my God, play 60 gigs in 50 states in 40 days. What a gargantuan challenge to take on. And it's one thing to say that, okay, you write down on paper, you know, we're going to go from this place to this place, you know, it'll take us 2 hours or 3 hours, and oh yeah, that'll be fine, no problem. But you don't, when you haven't done this before per se, you don't kind of, you know, put in time for things that can go wrong, you know. To think that you could just sail right through this is just fairly stupid. So we set about it anyway, and the adversity that we met was incredible, just unbelievable. We'd hurricanes, we'd tornadoes, volcano eruptions, as you'll see on the documentary, and various other things. The RV going on fire. We had blowouts, blow-ups, police chasing us, all sorts of stuff. I won't ruin it for you if you haven't seen the film already, but it was insane, just insane. Now, so I had been introduced to a management company through a neighbour of mine, a good friend of mine, and we set up a meeting with them to go and talk to them about helping us execute this mad challenge. So anyway, they were happy to go along with it, and they were here in Las Vegas. They looked after various artists and stuff like that, so they were happy to go along with it. And yeah, we'll help you out, and we'll do this and that and the other, so on. So then the main guy that was there said to me, "Listen, we're thinking about getting it filmed. What do you think of that idea?" And I said, "Yeah, that's fantastic. But you'll have to go and meet the film production people and have a chat and see what's what." So I set up a breakfast meeting with Carl Nickley and of Frequency Pictures, who had recently moved to Las Vegas, and I went to meet him, and we had breakfast up in Summerlin here in the northwest of the place, or it's actually west. But so we sat down and we were chatting away, and we got on pretty well, and we were both excited about the prospect of it, and I talked about, like, you know, what we would need, and then we started talking about music and songs. Now, thankfully, being a songwriter, I had about, I don't know, 40 songs that I could give him from the previous 3 solo albums, and it's just as well that we had original music, because had we not have had that, the amount of money that you actually have to pay to license music for a movie is crackers. It's just insane. So that wouldn't have worked. So it was just as well that I had that, you know. And we went ahead with it, and suddenly here we were sitting in the back of an RV, and we were going to go around America. Unbelievable how these things happen. But what an insane journey, and well, what a great time. This is my home. I wrote the song back in 1997 in Denmark, Copenhagen, Denmark, and the reason for that, it was inspired by the feelings of this location, living in another country, different language, different culture. Even though it's only like 2.5 hours away from Ireland, Dublin, it's you're living in a different way, in a different world, and that's what inspired me to write that song, and it's been such a journey with that song. It's been incredible, because how it's actually touched people, and the amount of people that it has affected, and the unbelievable amounts of messages and people coming up to you and explaining to you what that song means to them, and how they've integrated it into how their life is, and their memories of how they are with their relationships with home, and their mothers and fathers that have passed on, and all this stuff. Unbelievable, and how much they miss home. A driving force that I would have seen coming, but fantastic to how it has affected people. It won me Best Irish Singer-Songwriter of the Year by RadioIrish.com. Thank you, Sean McCarthy, veteran DJ who used to work all around Ireland, all the Irish radio, and did a lot of work on the airwaves. So they had a competition, and I won Best Irish Singer-Songwriter of the Year because of that song, and then the album. So I was delighted with that. So we knew that we had something. We knew that we had a decent song, and it was amazing. All of a sudden, we just realised how this song actually told our story as well. Coming over to America, trying to make your way, missing home, and making them sacrifices to get out there and try and make it work. And it just fitted in seamlessly into the idea of the documentary, the rockumentary, whichever you want to call it. And it's just amazing how that song has just, just catapulted us along in a lot of good ways. Delighted to have written it, and delighted to see the impact that it has had on everybody else. So we attempted to break the world record with this, still pending. I know it's it's a long time now, but there's various things that have to be addressed, and we will get to that soon. And as soon as we know anything about that, we'll be talking about that. But yeah, what a crazy journey. And now to this we're on our second documentary. Well, basically we're creating a pilot for this this next documentary, which is called Through a Storm, an Irish Story Part 2. And we're coinciding it with the 20th anniversary of 9/11. When we were in New York, we were down by the Freedom Building, and we noticed all the Irish names and all the Irish jerseys and the scarves, and didn't realise that over 1,000 Irish Americans died during that time. And don't get me wrong, of course, this is also for all of the American people that died too, all the first responders. Oh my God, just incredible. What a feeling when you're down there. It actually does hit you, And it was something that we were talking about, and we said we'd like to do something about it. So we set about trying to make this happen and make it work. So we said we'd release a charity single, which we've recorded. It's starting to sound really stellar. You'll Never Walk Alone, which we think is a great song, which fits the kind of feeling of, to give hope and to help people with loss and so on, to know that you're not alone and that we're all in this together, and we're trying to do something positive and to help remember all of these lost souls who gave their lives to try and save people. So unbelievable. That's in the works right now. We're heading back to New York for the 20th anniversary on the 10th, 11th and 12th of September. That is going to be, we're going to be going around to a lot of the memorials, and we're playing a little bit. We're filming, we're interviewing the firefighters, the Port Authority workers, the construction workers, and a lot of the background people that you wouldn't actually realise. And also we're asking all of our friends and artists and peers, where were you when 9/11 happened? And amazing the stories and how far the reach is, how far it affected, and it affected everybody in some little way. It's just incredible. So it's an Irish Story Part 2, Through a Storm, which will be coming to you, and it's going to be presented to Netflix and Amazon Prime and Apple TV, and yeah, we'll be there to finish off our filming of the pilot next month. We have the very talented Jeff Allen, who has worked on projects like The Revenant, Spider-Man, The Fifth Element, and various other. He's incredible. So he's our director. Excellent to have, and lovely guy. Great to be working with him, and yeah, looking forward to getting that going. And yeah, it's another thing to do. And here we go again, I suppose I'm going to say, but excellent to be involved in it, and it feels really good to be doing something positive. And we will have a sequel to that, which will be an Irish Story Part 3 to be announced when we come around to that one. That's going to be a humdinger. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that's pretty much it. You know what? I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we've done since we got here. COVID-19 seemed to put a lot of people, put a lot of stuff into perspective for a lot of people, and I've had time to process. Only through that we've had the break from playing. Although we've been playing a lot since we've been here, since COVID has been here. But obviously we were off for the 3 months, and then we were on a go slow for a while. But it's put a lot of things. It's given people time to think about where they are in life and what they want and so on. And it certainly gave me perspective, and it was nice just to be able to sit back and process what had actually happened over the last while, because it's been crazy, and it gave me time to do this. And I thought about it for a while, and I just said, I'd like to just talk it out, and just to go over and remember the stuff that we did, because it's been a real whirlwind. Great fun, and a lot of great positivity has happened, and it's nice to wake up every morning with the sun shining, so it can't be that bad. That's pretty much it. So we're moving forward. We've got a new album, which is called Legacy. We're halfway through that at the moment. That's that charity single, obviously, is just about done. We had Benny Rietveld from Santana helping us with it, so co-producing it with us. We're at Hit Track Studios in Las Vegas, which is run by Tom Parham, engineer. Great guy. If you ever want to do any recording, I suggest you go over and see Tom at Hit Track Studios in Las Vegas. With Les Warner again on drums, solid as a rock. What a great drummer, fantastic. And Big Al and the Boomtown Horns with Bill and Andy Krasap, and just great guys and great players, fantastic. With Tommy Bourne from the Bourne Brothers, who very graciously played uilleann pipes on it for us as well, and with various other artists in as well. Ruby Lewis, actress, fantastic, and we had Aretha, which I don't know her surname, but what a unbelievable gospel singer with the gospel choir and stuff like that. So when you hear it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just, the song is absolutely massive. So great to have all them people involved, and we're very thankful for all the help everybody has given us, and to all the people that have sponsored us. Coins Ranch, we have Nate from Blackrock Industries, we've had Rick from here in Las Vegas, Richard McKee, thank you very much, and we have Josh Lewis, we have who have we got? Bette Miles, thank you very much. I mean, the list goes on. I'll be thanking everybody properly and more officially when we get this stuff out, and it'll be it's something that I'm really looking forward to. That's all I have for you for today. I just thought I'd update you, and that's what's coming anyway. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Have a great day.